What's up, everybody? Welcome to Royale Urban Media. It's your girl, Cortez.
And your boy, Chris.
Okay.
Can you talk into your mic, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no, he didn't.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let me... You know what I'm saying? Because normally, it's the other way around. But you know, okay, do I got to redo it? Do I got to do it again? Or we good?
Start over.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Royale Urban Media. It's your girl, Cortez, and your guy,
Chris.
And we're back with another episode.
This is episode 28, everybody. The problem in Baltimore.
What? So many.
There is a few.
What are we addressing first?
So I was looking at something the other day that was talking about a couple of political views that Trump had that was really disrespectful, and no wonder they did you hear about when Trump came to Baltimore? They like dressed up as like a rat or something.
What?
Downtown. It was bad.
No.
They was booing them. They was calling them all crazy names and stuff. It was really bad. But
I want to come back.
Of course not. But he was talking about how Baltimore is rat infested and it's a dangerous place to live and it's this and it's that and all this hoopla.
But did you die?
Just adding to all of the negative things that people already believe about Baltimore. But Chris has to actually acknowledge something today, y'all. Some of these things are kind of true. So we're going to touch bases on some of those things today, and then we're going to try to also get to how we fix those things, right? So because we don't want to continue to answer the questions of is Baltimore a bad place, or how did you make it, or this, that, and the third, because the bottom line is this is where we from, this is our home, and we ain't going nowhere, right?
That's what's up.
So pretty obviously Baltimore's pretty famous for having violent crimes.
You knew.
Which, unfortunately, I would have to admit this is true.
Yeah.
And so we're going to talk about more specifically what violent crimes. We have a really high murder rate here.
For sure.
And that's pretty much what they talk about. It's not so much the burglaries or, No, Mr. Wood, I don't know specifically why we have such a high murder rate. Well, I'm gonna get to that. Okay. We're gonna get to that. But so yes, the violent crimes, the high murder rate here, as we just touched on. And so, for people who couldn't hear Mr. Wilbur he asked, "Do I know why we have a high murder rate here in Baltimore?" Well, how we became famous for having a high murder rate in Baltimore, honestly, I would say the media attention that we have now, especially not WJC, but all the news channels for Baltimore. Every single time somebody gets killed, gets murdered, or anything crazy happens, it seems like it always ends up on the news. You always hear about it on the news. Ain't that crazy?
It's a lot of stories, yeah, but I don't feel like every single case though. Like
no. I'm actually
but
being
it is
a
pretty
little
often.
bit. Well, right, but I'm being a little bit satirical when I say that, you know. But when I say it, what I mean is like they highlight the murder cases so much more than the positive things that happen here in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have great things going on. Sometimes the school system, sometimes achievements for, the local football teams or basketball teams or those type of championships, those things you see in the paper. How come those things can't be talked about on the news? Your Scholar Athlete Award, I don't know if you know what that is, but like there's so many great things that happen that they don't seek the same amount of attention. And the bottom line is that for the ratings to go up, for people to watch the news, they want to hear about the drama. They want to hear about the bad stuff.
Yeah, the negativity
they don't really
sells.
care about children doing good in school or the projects that they work on or anything like that. And we constantly hear the complaints about another one of the problems in Baltimore is the poor education system. You hear teachers complain, you hear principals complain, you hear public officials complain, but I don't really see anything change. So it's like you want to broadcast these complaints, but you're not broadcasting the complaints to move the needle on change. You broadcast the complaints to move the needle on your ratings. Mm-hmm. And so that's part of the problem. And then the last thing I have for us is high taxes and the poverty. So those things actually, I believe, are one of the reasons why we have a high murder rate here in Baltimore. Because people are fighting and killing each other for the things that they need to survive. A lot of, shout out to Mike Kelly, a lot of the issues in Baltimore, or the conflict that is derived from these murders, are a lot of times from drugs, money, or women. Mm-hmm. Which just attributes to what I was talking about. A lot of times, if you hear about somebody selling drugs, especially in Baltimore City, they're not doing it because they want to. Most drug dealers will tell you they ain't selling drugs because they want to. Mm-hmm. They're selling it because they have to. The game, the system is messed up, and it's really putting them in a disadvantaged position from day one. Mm-hmm. When you come out of your mother's womb, I mean, especially, it's a larger percentage of people in Baltimore that are African American, and especially in the city. So you coming out and your parents don't have great jobs. So therefore they don't make a lot of money. They don't have health insurance, mm-hmm. or time off to spend to raise their children. A lot of times the relationship didn't work out, so you don't have a home where a child is coming into a family with a mom and a dad. Mm-hmm. So shout out to all my single mothers and all my single fathers who's still getting it done.
Big ups yourself. Go
ahead. Big ups to y'all. Big ups to never mind, I'm sorry. Big ups to Cortez.
Well, thank you.
Anybody that is struggling but still making it happen, we appreciate y'all. We want to shout y'all out because y'all still getting it done, and y'all from Baltimore.
That's what's up.
But so, when you think about it, for just talk about boys for right now, a young African American boy, or even a young boy in Baltimore that is growing up without both of his parents, doesn't get the same amount of discipline or the same amount of structure that he could have gotten had he had both parents, because the opportunities are different. Mom got to find a babysitter when she wants to go above and beyond to get things done and work those extra hours to make ends meet. So a lot of times you might be raised by your aunt or your uncle or your grandfather or your grandmother or somebody else in your family, as opposed to the two people who made you, mm-hmm. Or helped make you. I'm sorry. Power to God. Glory to God.
Amen.
So, that is a disadvantage right there. Not to mention, so you get into a point where, and I was telling actually a customer I had the other day about this, where people have mental struggles, mm-hmm. that are derived from your inability to have both your parents. Yeah. You have self-esteem issues that come from that. You have, just a ton of things that you grow up and you don't even notice is going wrong in your life, because there's nobody to tell you, the emotions that you're having are happening because of these things. You're not even noticing they're happening. They're just happening. Mm-hmm. And until you have that mental breakdown, or you hurt somebody, or you kill somebody, you have something, a catastrophic thing where someone else has to get involved and do an investigation on where this behavior is coming from, that's when it comes out and you're like, you know what, wow, like there's something wrong with me. And then for a lot of people, it's traumatizing to the point where they think there's something wrong with them, and they think that they're crazy, or they think that they're broken, and mm-hmm. and people, for anybody who suffers from depression or any of those things, you're not broken, you're human. And there's a lot of people who suffer from depression every day that don't even know it. It's an underlying issue that needs to be addressed and is not addressed often enough. But to not get off topic, I want to just say, those issues start before the child is even born, before the parents of that child is even born. And so in order to fix these issues, what I want to prepare for us today is a plan, or a conversation to get a plan in motion for us to fix these things. And I speak to all of the entrepreneurs and brands and business owners in Baltimore. I speak to you to say that you are the key to reshaping Baltimore in this way. So when you need something to motivate you to build your brand or build your business or to continue what you're doing, whatever it is that you're doing to be positive in the community, think about that child that is going through the turmoil, the trial, the tribulation here. And everything that you're doing, I'm going to show you how it helps them. All right, so getting back to topic. Violent crimes, I think that we already discussed it, kind of is stimulated by the poverty. We talked about high taxes. Now we're going to tie in, how those negative things impact having a brand of business in Baltimore, right? So pretty obviously, just off the jump, having high taxes, city that's in poverty, that's got violent crimes and a poor education system, that sounds like a terrible place to run a business, right? What you think, Tease?
Sound like it.
Would you build a brand of business in Baltimore?
I would.
Why?
I did.
What made you do it? Despite all of these things, what made you want to continue to build your brand and business in Baltimore?
Because I'm a person that I feel like change is inevitable, and we can't keep looking to the next person for that when you can do something yourself, Right. I have that drive, and because I'm so determined to see something positive come out of somewhere that's labeled as so negative, I'm just determined to change this perception,
Right.
And I feel like a lot of change starts within you. Sometimes you have to change in order for other people to see the vision and come on board.
Right.
Sometimes there are people who are born leaders and there are people who are born followers. And if you're going to be one of those followers, if you can't speak up, just make sure you're following a good path, a good person, on the right track. That's not to shade nobody, but I'm just saying. What about you? Would you build a platform? Would you build a business in Baltimore?
Actually, I'm a part of one now. And
okay.
So the reason why I think that despite these negative things that we just named are going on in our city, there's so many great things that come from those three things as well. And I know y'all going to say, well, what great thing comes from violent crimes, high taxes, poverty, and a poor education system? Let's think about this, everybody. So if we build more brands and businesses here, you would get those kids, those children off the streets, because now you're giving job opportunities to their parents. You're giving job opportunities to them, and you're giving job opportunities to yourself. Y'all have something that y'all can all work together on cohesively.
Everybody can benefit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? And so when y'all work together towards a common goal, and there's a billion things you can make a brand of business about. We didn't had so many trendy things. Pop sockets became popular. The
little plastic things.
Yep. What was the little spinny thing? You put it on your finger and you spin it.
The fidget spinner.
The fidget spinners. Yeah. We didn't had the tech decks. The little. You remember that, the little skateboard thing?
Yeah.
That became popular.
Fingerboards.
We had the little fans that you put on the end of your pencil. That became popular for a little while. I mean,
selfie
how many
sticks?
There you go. Selfie sticks was popular for a year.
Yeah.
Football.
The paper football.
Oh yeah, they do that in school. Yeah. But I was gonna say, but there's
Yeah.
I know the Google glasses was hot for like a couple months. I don't know. It fell off kind of quick too. There is a billion things that you can make a brand of business out of, even if you wanted to kind of piggyback off of something. And the other idea I want to share with everybody is if somebody else makes a brand or a business or you know, they start something, those things create opportunities for you to branch off into too. So I want to speak to everybody and tell you that if you ain't already thought of what your niche is, what you want to start, what you want to create, what brand you want to be a part of,
what audience are you looking to
appease?
Yeah,
exactly. You could make book covers, doing the different colors
for sure.
I mean, just think of something that you enjoy and figure out how you can make money doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I could tell y'all honestly, even before we ever made this show, Cortese and I always have like really deep conversations about like things that people normally don't talk about. And we could talk for hours on end about all of that stuff. And it just like, it was like, yo, us having a talk show was like, you know, kind of like, it's so normal. It's so effortless for us. It's just now we got a recorded conversation where everybody else can hear it to us too. But no, like, I mean, am I lying, Tees?
No, that's what's up.
So, but back to live action. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic again. So the brands and businesses in Baltimore create opportunities to get, you know, I drive through the city. I was driving through the city today, mm-hmm. and you see the kids with the squeegees mm-hmm. cleaning windows and stuff. And I just, you know, I was thinking to myself, like, man, I wish I could just drive down here with a bunch of money one day and just give them all of the money, like all the money. Because
but if you were to give them all the money, that too, they wouldn't learn much from it. But would they stop working if they had all this load of money, or would they need the proper guidance on how to invest and use that money?
That's
you know,
true.
because they're down there. Yeah, they're down there to get money. So I mean, it was a good idea, but it be in your best interest and their best interest for you to not only take the money down there, but take some knowledge with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, absolutely right. But just to see them, to think about if they had the opportunity to do something great, what could happen. Mm-hmm. And that's what I think about. So that's why we want to, again, encourage everybody. If you have an idea, if you have a brand or business or something that you want to begin, or something that you want to start, please take advantage of that opportunity. Don't waste no time. You wasting your own time. You wasting your own opportunity. And God ain't out here giving, well, I'm sorry, He is. But He's not giving opportunities away for you to waste them.
Right. Talents.
Right.
Skills.
We are born with gifts that if we don't use them, we can lose them. And we taking advantage of it. And if COVID-19 ain't teach y'all nothing, it's to take advantage of the time and the opportunities that you have every single day.
Absolutely.
Please, y'all, stop wasting this time and stop wasting these opportunities to get this stuff done. Mr. Wilbur and I was kind of talking about this before the show started, but we wanted to discuss how your brand and your business will be affected by high crime, high taxes, poverty, and a poor education system. Mm-hmm. And one of the things he said was, you know, if the crime rate is high and your taxes is high, well, why would they bring, you know, all these Amazon factories to Baltimore?
They definitely did.
So we're going to talk about that for a second. Cortese, why do you think that they brought the Amazon factories to Baltimore?
Honestly, Chris, I really don't know. For you to speak so bad about Baltimore, like, I don't know, but from a business standpoint, they must know, they got to know things that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? It got to be, like, you always be like, I'm asking you this for a reason. I'm asking you for a reason. I
do say that a lot. But
yeah.
But tell everybody why I say that. What do I say after I say that?
You say it has to be a reason. You say something like that. But you go ahead. If you know something.
She don't remember everybody. So let me tell you.
If you know, say it.
I'm a very strategic thinker. I'm a very deep thinker. I don't do things without having a reason for why I'm doing them. Because a lot of times what happens in life, if you do something and you didn't have a reason for why you did it, you're just kind of going through the motions and you miss a lot. Okay. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, in my conversation with Cortez, a lot of times it's a life situation. It's it could be something as simple as leaving your door unlocked when you run into the store. Your reason might have been, well, I was being lazy and I ain't feel like, hitting the lock before I had to get
leaving
back
your
in the
door
car.
unlocked when you leave the house and gone for hours. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just speaking out. I ain't talking about nobody in particular. You'll be making the block hot.
You should have a reason for every single thing that you do. To me personally, and so as long as you have a reason, then I don't really have no question for you. But
excuse me, is your do-rag pink?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what's up, Chris. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a little hint of pink.
To match the flamingos. Okay, I got you.
With the navy blue, you like that?
My bad.
Yeah. So, she's so extra. Get me off topic. Right.
Pink is my favorite color.
Look, now she want one.
You don't know me so well.
No, so the reason for I'm so off topic now.
Which you really should have got me one when you got that one, but
I will go get one.
It's okay.
I'll make sure you get one. Can we talk about Baltimore again, please?
There's a reason for everything, okay? Some people leave their doors unlocked when they go into the store, you said, right?
Yeah, when you run into the grocery store, you leave your car door unlocked. As long as there's a reason for it, I wouldn't contest that. But I wouldn't personally do it, but
You wouldn't do that?
No,
you wouldn't leave your car unlocked?
There's very valuable things in my car.
And not your house?
Why do you keep talking about my house? I'm so confused.
I'm so
Y'all
confused.
doing something else right now.
I know, right? I'm just trying to talk.
I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to talk
Everybody don't know about
Exactly.
Baltimore.
I'm just trying to talk about Baltimore.
Yeah, she probably
Golly. Yeah.
something in the house.
It's something at my house.
I'm sorry.
In your house right now.
Why she don't just let everybody know what's at my house? Like she ain't been there
Look,
before.
nobody would have never knew that I was talking about Chris had he not been. Why you gotta tell everybody? Like nobody would have never knew it was you. You always you be getting so offended. It's funny. But we had to bring some laughs to the show because we was a little boring today. But go ahead.
That was dry. We was dry.
We was dry.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
You should pick the topics on Tuesdays.
I tried to tell you something. I'm just
No
joking.
shade.
I can't let me do it. That's you.
No, I be trying to tell Chris, look, we are professional, okay, but we're trying to have fun too, and we don't.
I thought so too. But apparently,
it is.
Cortez got other things on her mind, so I'm gonna let her take over the segment. Let me pass the clipboard to you.
Just give her the whole clip.
There you go.
Which I'm really glad you started bringing notepads. Once I told you that, I see you on your mark.
Oh, Lord.
And now she's critiquing my performance on the show.
Look, we always say
excellent episode.
we say iron sharpens iron all the time.
I
Don't
do say
try
that
to
a lot.
try to get offended now or be extra in front of Mr. Wilbur. It's okay.
Word, Iron Sharpens.
So since we throwing all these
It
subliminal
is.
shade messages,
No, we're not. Listen,
I'm not.
the topic was really good. Let's continue on, but let's just laugh in between.
I got a subliminal
Let's make
for you.
some jokes in between our conversation because we sounding like church. Go ahead.
Oh, Lord, y'all not sounding like church, but go ahead. Y'all not sound like church. I can bring church.
No.
So I want to ask, how do we fix these issues? Because even though bringing more brands and businesses to Baltimore would help, they don't really eliminate violent crimes, the high taxes, or the education. So what would you say?
You don't You don't think it would
those?
eliminate those things?
Not in its totality. No, it could do some things, but it's not going to completely eliminate it. No.
Okay, so why do you think that all this violence and stuff is happening? Do you think people have goals? Do you think they have?
Well, so we kind of touched on it. Like I said, it's the drugs, it's the disadvantaged position that they start at from day one.
Yeah.
Not to change the subject, but there was a video I think I showed you where the young lady was venting. Viola Davis is the one who posted the video.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a young lady who's venting, and actually she's the lady is from Baltimore.
Oh, wow, okay.
she's venting about how all of these things that people have built up, people from poverty have built up, and it's taken from them. It's like and the example she used, she said it's like playing a game of Monopoly where you're not playing with your own money, you're playing with somebody else's money that they loaned you.
Right.
But when you make the money, you're making it with their property for them. You never get to own your own property. You don't get to pass go. And every time you make an advancement, there's somebody in the game or somebody that is, at the higher level of the game that's telling you that you didn't do it the right way, or they moving the finish line back a little bit further. So whereas though you thought you did everything you needed to succeed, you actually didn't.
It's the wrong way.
They telling you that you're doing it the wrong way, so that you never bring anything back home to be successful. Okay. And what she was speaking on was, it's on the tip of my tongue. I want to say in the 1800s there was the Black Wall Street, and what was that, Mr. Wilbur? That was in Nevada.
I think it was in Nevada.
I'm almost certain it was in Nevada. Everybody that's listening, please don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to run from my memory.
Everybody did own their home, and they burned it.
Yes, it was burnt down. So this place in America at the time was completely black owned, and you had people that owned businesses borrowing money from black people, from successful black people. It was a whole block of businesses owned by black people, and they burnt the entire thing down. And we started over, and for 400 years we've been enslaved. And so all the money that you're not making money as a slave, but as we were able to gain rights as American citizens, now you have the right to be able to make money and to do XYZ, but all the wealth and all the generational wealth that was acquired over that time span, well, no, it's not gone, but it was given to, those owners of slaves who will always now for until anything changes, have an advantageous position because y'all started off owning it. Y'all done passed this down to your offspring, and the people that we come from were your slaves. They never had anything. So when we enter the game of Monopoly, we enter with nothing. Every time we build up our resources together to get something, it's taken from us. So you're not going anywhere. You're not getting any further on the board. Meanwhile, you driving in the car around the board, pass and go every other day. You get what I'm saying? So that was the example she was using, and that's why I said, the violent crime, the taxes, the poverty, the poor education system, especially here in Baltimore, is coming from those disadvantages that was started back then. I read something that said back in the 1950s, because Baltimore, people don't know this, but it used to be a port. So a lot of the trade and the economy was stimulated very well here because of the harbor. They used to bring ships in with sugar and drugs and tobacco and steel.
Yeah.
Cherry Hill.
Yep.
Lafayette, House, all the
Absolutely. And if you think about how, just call a spade, the harbor, the water at the harbor is very dirty. But that it comes from years of all of those transactions happening down there, all of that activity being in one place, the pollution, that activity created the pollution. It created those things, and that's how it got to where it is now. So it's no surprise that the water looks like that. But that's how that happened. So how do we get it back to, or how do we restore those things?
That's a good question.
Exactly. And we have to take a conscious effort. Yep.
And then my son, I teach him, and he'll take it to the next level. It starts with me.
It starts with loving your environment, loving where you came from, loving what you do. Back to the entrepreneurs in Baltimore. We have to instill these businesses in our children. Again, teach them how to build their credit the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not put a BGE bill in their name so that we can rob Peter to pay Paul. You know, because we starting our kids off on a bad foot. For what? We should be giving our kids the best opportunity to succeed. But that's why, you know, our people are so amazing and so strong. We have so much to be proud of, so much to look forward to, because we are still here through all the disadvantages we've overcome. I had a young lady on one of my side jobs. Was
one of your side chicks.
No, oh my God. She trying to make me a player again.
I'm sorry.
You know what? I promise you I'm going to get it back. This episode too, but it's okay.
Don't worry about it.
So
so Mr. Wilbur said it was okay. Why? Because he a man?
We was having a conversation, and I just asked her straight up, was she from Baltimore? And she said yes. And I asked her, you know, well, I'm sorry. She said, unfortunately. And when she said that, exactly, that's what I asked. I said, why did you say, you know, unfortunately? And she said she hated here. And I told her, I said, don't you know that being from Baltimore is just one of the many things that make you unique and makes you who you are? And, you know, she goes into...
Excuse me, may I ask, like, around how old was she?
She told me she was 29.
Okay. Yeah.
So
okay.
She's around our age.
Any children? I know.
She has one.
Okay. I'm just asking. I'm not going to tell King that. I'm not going to tell. Okay, whatever. I'm going to let you finish. That's all. I'm
go
just.
Ahead.
No,
it's okay. You wouldn't tell King
you go
what?
ahead and finish about her, and then I'll talk about.
So when she said that, I told her, like, being from Baltimore was just one of the many things that made her unique. And we got into, like, I just kind of touched on, you know, I think she has a little bit of some self-esteem issues that she has accumulated over time of just abuse and mistreatment, relationships. And that's why, you know, we remind everybody, just be a good person, be a better person, try to be a better person today and tomorrow than you were yesterday. Because you impact more people than just you.
Yeah.
Every single day, whether it's good or bad, you impact somebody. And how you treat them, and how you talk to them, and how you care for them, and how you surprise them with a good thing or a bad thing, and how you show them that you care about them or that you love them. So, you know, she had mentioned some things to me that I won't speak on air, but one of the more powerful things that I told her was she's also an entrepreneur here in Baltimore, and I hope one day I get to have her on the show. I won't reveal who she is when we do, but I hope one day we do get to have her on the show. And
were you guys able to exchange information?
I was.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if she's watching the show right now, she knows that I'm talking about her. And I told her that I was going to share the conversation that we had without putting her name out there. But it was so important, and to be able to have that conversation was so impactful to me, because it's like, wow, it's just another person who I hope I can touch and break through to show you that you have to be proud about being from Baltimore, because you're making it, even though it's not exactly what you wanted or exactly what you thought it was going to be. You making it right now. You making it every single day. Every day you don't give up. Every day you don't go kill somebody. Every day you don't go rob somebody. Every day that you discipline your son, teach him right from wrong. Every single day you making it. And it goes without saying, but it needs to be said, and it needs to be praised, that those are the type of things that I kind of wish we could just highlight and put on the news. Give this person a shout out. Give that person a shout out. A moment of fame, and let her have her moment. I was proud of her to be brave enough to have that conversation with me, a complete stranger to her. because I mean it was so genuine and authentic. I didn't have to pull no teeth. It just a genuine conversation between her and I.
And she didn't even know that you a host.
Nope, she didn't.
Didn't even know.
Not till the end.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And I told her, you know, if it was anything that I could do to help her, that's exactly what we was going to do. So, but those are the things that I'm talking about. Like, anybody who's afraid to jump out there and start their brand of business, why not? That's the question I got for you. Why not? Why can't you be a CEO? Why can't your brand of business be a one of the top brands of business in America, the Fortune 500 company?
I think that some people get discouraged by like saying, "Oh, you have to have a certain amount of money to start a business, or you have to, like, you know, Mr. Wood, when I said I thought I needed a team to get started with. I had this brilliant idea. Yeah, you know, I thought I needed all these people." And it wasn't like that, you know?
And so I started to do something. I'm not going to say what I was going to do, but I started to do something today. And I didn't know that I had the support behind me to do what I thought I was going to do until I wanted to thank somebody for helping me manifest this idea. And this person responded to me and let me know that she wanted to be a part of the idea. She wanted to help with it. And I was just like blown away. It's like you shoot 100% of the shots that you don't take. Every time you just get you deter yourself, you scare yourself out of doing something. You miss because you stopped shooting. Just take the shot. I mean, it really comes down to that. And if you miss, pick up the ball and shoot it again. Pick up the ball and shoot it again. Yup, exactly. Eventually, one of these shots gonna fall. Statistically, that's how it works. Even if you just got stupid lucky and it fell by accident, eventually it's gonna go in there. And you'll learn so much about you and the ball and the rim and everything else in between when you keep shooting. Keep shooting. Keep taking those chances. And don't get me wrong, I'm not telling y'all to, you know, go out here and be reckless with the chances you take. And I'm speaking figuratively, but about building your business. You're going to fail 100 times. Maybe some of y'all might not never fail. You might start a business and be just so lucky. Everything happens exactly how it is. And if it's for you and God wants that for you, it's going to happen.
With the proper research.
Absolutely.
The proper work that you put into it.
Yep.
You know, because things are not always going to go your way, and that's coming from experience. But trial and error is really important. And if you're not learning something from it, then you're going to stay stagnant. And that's what you don't want.
I told Cortez the other day that one day we're going to be looking at these episodes 10 years from now. And we're going to be laughing like, yo, do you remember when we started this? Like, do you remember having those conversations? And I'm sure she's gonna remember, but it kind of just make you sit back and laugh like, yo, like we are like, even as I'm on air with y'all right now, in my brain I'm thinking like, yo, I'm actually talking to millions of people through a microphone on the radio. Like it's so surreal to me, because how long did Chris think like this just wasn't possible? It wasn't gonna happen, but this was my dream. But I never took the shot until my best friend reached out to me one day and said, hey, I want you to help me with this. I want
really?
you.
That was really nice. Who was it? Because you got like 10.
She just... yeah. No, I'm going to tell you right now. Let me tell you right now. Woo! Cortez got that Tommy gun. She really... she ain't taking no time to start shooting.
You said don't take no time.
Oh my God!
You said shoot.
She's shooting everything.
I'm just
I hope
kidding.
you run out of ammo, cause golly,
never.
Wow, you must
say
have somebody.
hello to my little friend.
Oh
Sorry,
my goodness, that's a Scarface reference for anybody who don't know.
Oh wow, they don't. Oh okay, I get why. Some people may not have seen it before. Like
no, you didn't say pineapples after you said that, so I didn't know if they thought that she was going.
Because I said say hello to my little friend. Who would be my little friend? You know, you're nasty, yo. See, yo, you're inappropriate, Chris.
So anyway, so we don't want anybody to be deterred from starting a brand of business in Baltimore, and I hope that you understand the list of reasons that we've given you for why you should not be deterred. And then we want to remind everybody that although you're starting a brand of business, support the other brands and businesses that are being started in Baltimore too, the same way you want somebody to support yours. And that doesn't necessarily mean you had to buy somebody's product. It might mean that you share that they have a website or that they started something. It might mean giving them a shout out. It might mean, helping them set up when they open up their store, or telling a friend about it. Tell your parents about it. Tell your kids about it. Or just buy their stuff. I mean, there's no better way to support them than to actually use their product. And if you enjoy it, to continue to use their product. There's
write
so
a review.
many things. Yeah, that's a good one too.
It's a really good one.
There's so many ways that we can support each other. And to be honest with you, I've been in a place in my life where I've been able to give so much to people, and it hasn't hurt me one bit. It has actually come back to me threefold, and it just makes me feel like it don't matter what I give away, because it seems like it just comes right back to me.
I be trying to tell them, y'all.
It's kind of, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of scary sometimes. I be like, yo, I can't. I be thinking to myself, like, if I give this away, I'm not gonna have X, Y, Z. And then I give it away, and I still somehow go and make it happen.
That's
I still
good.
have what I need.
That's how he works.
So,
stay faithful
man,
to him.
he'll
stay faithful to you.
You don't have to, but we encourage you to support the brands, the businesses, the people you know from Baltimore. And we not perfect. We are all business owners. We starting this for the first time. So don't be afraid to give a second or a third chance. Give some words of encouragement. Help people make their business a little bit better. Let's be a little bit more social. Build our customer service skills. Be reflective on the great things, the great opportunities we have in front of us. And encourage somebody, if you know somebody that's not working or that has gifts that they're afraid to showcase, encourage them to start a business. Encourage them to help you with your business, to make your dream come true, to make their dream come true. Maybe you will encourage them to be better than they were yesterday. So I'm actually gonna kind of tailor that off today. You got anything?
You started talking about why they brought Amazon here, but you didn't finish.
I did, because somebody was throwing shade at me.
No, we're talking about Amazon right now. So why did they? You know something that I don't know?
I think you do know this. You might not have been thinking when I made this statement. So I'm going to let's move you to the answer. What does Baltimore have to offer that would make Amazon a great place to have their factory here or have their warehouse here?
Chris, what do Baltimore have that would make Amazon?
There's a ton of people that, and that's not to say that it's not like this in other places, but there's a ton of people here that are living in low income situations or looking for part-time work, right? And so that creates a huge work community for them to employ those people. The minimum wage in Baltimore is what? Yeah, it is lower.
Is it now at the $10 mark?
I think it's at 10.
It
might be at
10?
$11.25. I actually think it's $11.25 now.
Really?
I think that did it in June 1st of this year.
Okay.
It became $11.25. But so because they can employ so many people and pay them close to the minimum wage now, I think they start you off at like $15 now.
Okay.
But if you think about it, $15 is actually what our minimum wage is actually supposed to accumulate to in the coming years. Now, if you look at other cities and states in America, $15 is actually below what minimum wage is in those places. So it's an excellent place to start a business for Amazon, because as the minimum wage increases, we are still below minimum wage in other cities and states in America. You get what I'm saying? So that's just one of the many reasons why they chose to do here, which again is, and I'm not talking bad about the owners of Amazon, because they're honestly only playing the same game that was taught to them. But that's the game that was taught to them. As the owner, as the person who, I want to think of a good name for those business owners, because really what they're doing is, it's a manipulation tactic. We are using what we've built to kind of, it's kind of like a wave washing over a city. They are the wave, and we are the people on the ground getting washed away by the wave. You're never gonna be able to amount to what they're doing, because what they've started for over 400 years, you can never build anything to compare it to. The small people who do, they have the support of millions and billions of people. Your Oprah Winfrey's, your LeBron James. You know, there was a significant amount of great things that they've accomplished, but it's also because they
that
just
baby
were,
music. Sorry, go ahead.
Mr. Wilbur don't even hear it.
The baby music.
It's a significant amount of things that they've had to endure and overcome to get where they are. Shout out to Oprah Winfrey and LeBron James, there's many other people who have overcome those obstacles to get to where they are. But my point in saying that is, those companies and the owners of those companies, they've been taught through the generations to continue to use this system to stay at that advantageous position and to continue to grow. And so with that being said, I don't really fault them, because if you're taught something, when you taught it at home, you believe that you're being taught the right thing. And that's why, children or people who are racist, I'm not saying it's right, but it's almost hard, unless they were taught that it's wrong or why it was wrong. It's hard to be upset with them for being that way, because they're only that way because it's what they were taught from day one. You know what I mean? If you a tiger is taught by its mom to kill its prey and eat it, so you go beat a tiger because it just killed a deer or it killed your dog? You can't. That's what it's in its nature. So these people, it's in their nature to be the way that they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, so one of the parts of the reasons why Amazon chose Baltimore is because it has a mass amount of people who will be happy to work. And you hear me always call it slave work, but they will be happy to work at Amazon because $15 to them is above what minimum wage actually is here. And they feel like they making something, when in reality you're really not making much above what minimum wages in other states and places.
Not only that, but like the amount of hours that they're working, from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Like, come on now. I mean, and there's a lot of people who want the job. What they did was ask them, okay, do you want to be part-time or do you want to be full-time? The people who pick part-time, they brought them on as full-time. And they like, oh, you need this job, so either you're going to take it or you're not. Yeah, peak season,
36
right.
and 40 some odd hours a week, that's full-time. And a lot of them, it's funny, I actually know some people that work at Amazon that work 3 12-hour shifts. That sound like a doctor schedule. Yeah.
Then they ask you, oh, well, we have overtime. You got to work 2 more 12-hour shifts, or, like that. Come on now.
And they'll do it. Your body's amazing, and once it gets used to working those hours, you can do it, and you can throw in the extra 2 days, and kind of be okay.
It just wears you out if you're not in shape. Let me put it that way.
It'll whip you into shape. That's the thing.
Whip you in.
It'll whip you into shape.
Stop.
Yeah.
Even one or the other.
Yeah. So.
Would you ever get a job at Amazon?
No, absolutely not.
You wouldn't?
No.
Okay, but that's not shading those people who do.
No.
Yeah.
Nope. I I considered it once.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, more because I was thinking about the fact that it would help me kind of get in a little bit better shape. But the reason, no, like physically.
Physically. Okay, wow. I used to work at Kohl's warehouse. That was
No,
enough
I had-
for me.
I never took.
Man, what? Oh my God! No, I had to take your hands up off the situation.
Look, this is something I've never told Cortez. I actually used to work on Monroe and Washington Boulevard in the city when I was 17 and 18 years old at a warehouse. I had a warehouse job. And
Oh, pretty boy had a warehouse job.
see, here she go. It's just not my day. I know. I think I know why she's shooting at me, though. We're going to talk about that after the show.
I'm in trouble.
So I had a warehouse job, and it wasn't bad. You always, like, you know, especially 16, 17, 18, I was in really good shape.
Oh, and the warehouse, like, was it like packing, or were you just like moving stuff?
So we would make sandwiches.
Okay.
For like a summer school program.
Oh, snap.
So like you had 2 conveyor belts when you working in the deep freezer. So yeah, it's cold.
Oh no. But Chris don't get cold.
I don't.
He don't get tired.
Some days, especially
don't get sick.
if we was going. No, some days when you was going, you could take that hood or that jacket off and be good. That's how fast you had to be moving in there.
Oh,
and
wow.
We was in there booking.
Working up a sweat.
So they lay 2 layers of bread down, and so it's a conveyor belt. It's one on this side and it's one on that side. And I'm gonna tell y'all a story at this. So they lay 2 pieces of bread down, and then you know the person at the front, they got all the bread. And then somebody right here, they got all the cheese. Somebody right here got all the meat. And then I'm at the end. Once the sandwich is made, I got to catch the sandwich and put it like, you know, grab one, put it on top, and put the sandwich in this hand and put it in like this little crate.
Okay.
And once you fill up the crate, now I got to move the crate over to another, you know, little wheel. And they're going to send it over there. They package it up. Or they put it through another conveyor belt that puts it in plastic and package it up. And at the end of the day, like it's not really a second shift, but after our lunch break, they'll have it all ready so that we can put it in boxes, and then you take the boxes to the truck.
Oh, dope.
That was our day.
So you was doing the box lunches back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But let me tell you.
Baltimore City, baby.
Yep. Chris used to do that.
He happy about that.
Yo, back in the day, that was good lunch too.
Yeah.
Like we used to.
Did you get free food?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Eat for free.
That's nice.
All that lunch meat around you.
We sure
Listen,
did.
Mr. Wilbur.
You got a whole. They gave you a whole box lunch. That was your lunch.
That's what's
for
up.
free. Yeah. I mean, you had a choice if you wanted to. You could have left and went across the street. It's a Roll Farms on Monroe that you can go across the street to and get something. And it's a Burger King right there too.
If you don't mind
the
me
Burger
asking,
King is actually a little bit nicer now today.
You'll
than it
say
was back
that.
then.
What were they paying back then?
Ooh.
You probably peanuts.
$7.25.
You was doing good then. You was doing good.
No, that's what minimum wage was back then. That was in 2013, 14.
Was it like a 9 to 5
no,
type of thing? Okay.
That was a part-time job. That was my first job.
Oh, okay.
I was in 11th grade.
That's what's up.
I was 16, turning 17, and so I did that, and I did that 1 year. I actually saw I still have like a lot of friends today. Yup, that I used to work with there, and we it's funny because like we watched each other grow up,
Right.
and so I'm actually older than a lot of them, but like I still talk to them on Instagram, or I got their phone number, or whatever the case may be, and I still talk to them. He's not one of my closest friends, but one of my close friends, he actually raps, and I hope to have him on the show too. His name is Rakeem. I met him there. We got stories for days with Keem. But me and Keem is real tight. I met so many people, so many different places, but I used to make $7.25 there, and I think the next year, I think I got $7.50.
You got a raise.
Yeah, I got a little quarter raise.
Okay.
It was cool. And then I think my last year I made $8 because they made me like I was a supervisor, but not like really a supervisor. Like I was like the boss when nobody else was there, kind of thing. But yo, by my third year though, I could
You
run
was
the
there
whole.
for 3 years?
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
I could run like both sides of the line by myself. Like you supposed to have 2 catches at the end, but I was catching all the sandwiches on this line and all the sandwiches.
Yo,
on that.
happy.
And then I gotta stop catching sandwiches, take the crate off, put it over there, run back, catch all the sandwiches again, and don't let those sandwiches hit the floor. Like I was like that. Yeah,
Yo, he get on my nerves.
yo. I'm gonna tell you, if you could ask the people I used to work with how hard it is to do that, you understand. Like, I don't see how Chris ain't letting none of them sandwiches hit the ground. I don't even know how I did it myself.
Did you let the ball hit the?
I never fumbled in the game.
Okay.
Nope, never fumbled in the game. I never fumbled in practice neither.
I didn't think so.
Never fumbled in the game.
I'm
never
not
fumbled
surprised you ain't dropped a sandwich.
Now I didn't made some people fumble. I done recovered some fumbles, but I've never fumbled in the game.
Confident, not cocky.
There you go, confident, not cocky. But anyway, we are so off topic. Yeah, I mean that job. If anybody say I'm not from Baltimore,
But what was the name of the warehouse?
so we called it Martin's Summer Lunch Program. That was the part-time job. You had to go through YouthWorks. Yeah, you had to go through YouthWorks to get that job.
YouthWorks. I haven't
Yep.
heard that in a long time.
Now I actually
What's
didn't have
YouthWorks?
to go through YouthWorks. My
For
grandma,
those of those who don't know, but go ahead.
YouthWorks is a program where if you are over, I think you had to be over 15 in 9 months or maybe 16. You had to be at least 16 to work there. But you had to be able to get a work permit, and you couldn't. I don't think if you was over 18, they wouldn't let you work unless.
But they wanted students. They wanted kids.
Yeah, it was supposed to be to give job opportunities to.
Wait, it wasn't 21?
No, between
There's
16,
a different program, though.
16 to 18.
Okay.
For this job.
Yeah, okay.
Now, you couldn't be older than that to work down there. Yeah.
Was YouthWorks started in or founded in Baltimore, or is it something that's all over?
It's funny that you say that. I think it was started in Baltimore, but I'm not 100% sure. But I know it's programs like that. Yes. They used to come to your school.
Wow.
Well, so they didn't come to my school and recruit me, but I do know. Well, I'm sorry. They did come to my school, but they did not come to recruit me, not for that job. But I do know, like, I have friends who told me, like, they would come to your school, especially during lunchtime, and they would have a little stand set up, and they would tell you, yep, you had your interviews there, but they also, like, would tell you about whatever job it was, so that if you wanted the job or if you had the job before, you can go back and do it again. So that's how I was able to get the friends that I got, that I seen them every year. Because, like, when you a kid and you got a job, man, your coworkers ain't your coworkers. They're your friends. Y'all hang out, y'all exchange numbers. Me and King, we still, like, if I hit King right now and say, yo, we gonna go hoop on Sunday, he will show up and we go play basketball. Actually, I got a story to tell y'all before King get on the show. I beat King for his paycheck a couple times.
What? Oh my gosh.
That's
Look,
real.
No,
look,
he didn't.
Look, it's a guy. Shout out to Quest. We call him Freaky Black back in the day, but
Oh my gosh.
look, shout out to Quest because Quest is actually having a baby.
Oh,
He's having a little
congratulations.
girl.
Oh.
So I'm super happy for him. Super proud of him. He act real tough, but he a good guy, man. Quest a good guy. Shout out to him. But no, Quest was there when me and King was playing for the check, and everybody got mad because we was playing a game. Me and King made up this game called 21. So basically, I don't know if y'all play basketball, but every shot is a 3-point shot. All right, so when you make a shot, you put 3 points on the board, and then the ball goes to the next person. If they make it, now with 6 points on the board, it keeps going up until somebody misses. Whoever misses the shot, they eat all of those points, and once you get 21 points, you out. So we
Play the same way we did.
Oh, all right. Yeah, me and King. Oh, look, we think we made up a game. Look, me and King is playing 21, and he is whipping me bad. I think I had almost 18 points before I started making them.
Oh,
And then I just couldn't miss.
Oh gosh.
Man, we played. I beat him for a check, and then he wanted to run it back, and I beat him for another check, and then he wanted to run it back again, and I beat him for another one.
3 checks.
Yeah, and then I'm like, all right, I don't want to play no more. Like, let's go to the bank. I need you to pay up.
Oh my god.
He like, come on, now you can't.
You really gonna take my check?
Yo, that's how he was. I'm like, yeah, man, we playing for a check. I won.
This is what.
So you know what I did?
Said.
We played 1-on-1.
What's up? Welcome to Royale Urban Media. You're on air with Cortez and Chris. What's on your mind?
Hi, good evening, Cortez and Chris. How are you?
Hello
good.
there. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm hanging in there.
Amen.
Trying to stay woke. I'm just calling because you guys know I'm your number one supporter. And I'm just calling to give you support and say, what's up?
Thank you.
What's up?
We appreciate it.
What's up? You're very welcome. I'm just here listening to your show and keep up the good work and keep on with the informative information.
Absolutely, we will. Thank you so much.
We appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'll see you guys.
We'll talk to you on the next show.
Okay.
We need a topic to get them more involved. But this topic was supposed to be informative for everybody, encouraging for everybody. Not really instructional, but just to give y'all the perspective and really talk about how we can overcome these problems, because that's the key here, is to figure out how to overcome it, put a plan together, put that plan in action, and then execute the plan. Just like when you start a business, let's figure out what we want to make a business about. Okay, let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. We discuss it. We talk about it. Now we put a plan together. How are we going to make this business work? When we run into this obstacle, what are we going to do? And a lot of that is researching and knowing what those obstacles are going to be. Understanding that there's going to be obstacles that you can't research and you don't know that it's coming, or you can't foresee it, but it's coming.
Yeah.
And I always tell Cortez about that rainy day. So those are the obstacles we need to prepare for. Prepare for the obstacles you can't see and you don't know about. And then be ready to not give up when they come. All right?
But still go
Execute
into it with
plan.
a positive mindset.
Absolutely, 100%.
Stay
150%.
positive.
Stay positive every day, all day, even when the bad stuff happens. Pray and thank God when the good stuff happens. Pray and thank God when nothing happens.
No lacking.
No lacking.
No days off.
And we want to stay ready so you don't got to get ready.
Yo, don't try to do that, yo. You try to take my saying. I'm sorry.
Hold up. She ain't take mine earlier.
Wait, no.
Iron sharpens iron.
I started that. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to Rum TV.
She's so crazy, yo. Now you want to end the show.
Yes, I'm your girl Cortez and this your guy
Chris.
We're over and out. Peace.
Thank you, guys.